Should the rainbow have room for an animal costume? Yes, they got the hots for dressing up like mascots. I speak of furries, a group of people who dress up like anthropomorphic cartoon creatures. That was hard. For their own gratification. Think of high school mascots, but there's no high school, yet still plenty of wedgies and body odor. Our audience is really confused. All right, so because they're always in costume, you may not know who a furry is. It could be anyone, perhaps someone you know. What's that slide doing there? Anyway, 70% of this furry fandom identify as LGBTQ, and 25% are gender diverse. 100% identify as sweaty. Many believe being accepted as a furry has helped them accept their sexuality and gender identity. And now activists are pushing for acceptance of furries to be part of Club Alphabet. As Pink News reports, furry isn't a sexuality or gender, but there is an overlap between the LGBTQ+ community and the furry fandom. If there's one thing to know about their community, it's that there is a beautiful breadth of creativity and inclusivity that has helped many to get to know themselves better. Well, think of all that inclusivity, then think of the dry cleaning. The co-founder of the International Research Project. I can't say that word.
Nobody can.
I don't think so. They say there's a... Biden can? It's the one word he got. Now, they say there's a history of bullying faced by furries, especially when they're taken to get spayed or neutered. And while many deny there's anything sexual about dressing up like a giant fox, one 2019 study found almost all were driven by some degree of sexual motivation. Driven by some degree of sexual motivation. Sounds like my fan base. So will LGBTQIA+ include an F now for furry? Who knows, but imagine where all this is headed.
Hey, Ted, how's the wife, man? Say, I've been wanting to talk to you about that sales pitch you did on Friday. Absolutely great job. But I think we need to have a conversation about some of the newer employees in the office. Honestly, they're giving me the creeps. Whoa, hey, excuse me, where do you think you're going, pervert?
The bathroom.
This is an LGBTQIA, alpha, beta, gamma, delta, epsilon, zeta, eta, theta, iota, kappa, lambda, mu, nu, xi, omicron, pi, rho, sigma, tau, upsilon, phi, chi, psi, omega, plus bathroom.
What?
It means no women in any part of the building. I'm so sorry you had to see that. Women, am I right?
Douglas, before we get into the kind of the social ramifications of this, are you a furry?
No.
It's okay.
Not that I
we
know
do
of.
not judge.
I know.
We do not.
Once again,
I, on occasion, will put on a costume.
It's your endless racist assumption that British people are perverts. I know.
It is true, though.
The rumor didn't start from nowhere.
Yeah.
Anyhow. I have to say, by the way, this isn't what the guys in Times Square are they?
No, they make money off that
No,
stuff.
those are criminals.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's it. That's it. And there's no overlap. There's no overlap.
No, not at all.
No, I'm a little confused about the furries thing. And look, things like you just quoted this thing, Pink News. This is like a dead publication that's a website with some people who've got to make themselves some money, and they pretend that there's still a cause, and the cause is done. But they're forever trying to continue the hustle. They did it with the trans stuff. Trans has nothing to do with the people who are gay. And this has nothing to do with anyone else. The idea that somebody just happens to be gay now has to be stuck in an alphabet soup with a guy who wants to put on a wolf costume. It's just like, no. But the people who are, what they don't realize is these kind of activists. They say the cause they were after is one. The equality thing is there for gay people. But there's just this endless thing, endlessly wanting to add... I mean, they even put They even put, what's it, asexuals in this alphabet soup.
Oh,
now,
really?
If there are two groups who have nothing in common, I can tell you, gay men and asexuals. Nothing in common.
All the gay men would just try to turn the asexuals.
Yeah, I'm like, what, asexuals go to a bar and talk about how much they don't like sex?
Yes.
No, they just marry me.
Ow. I'm sorry. I didn't know I was treading on wounds.
You're not.
Oh, okay.
She doesn't watch. We're good.
Tyrus, if you, I'm afraid to ask what kind of furry you would be, but do you believe?
Oh, that's easy. Grown-ass man.
Yes.
And I don't fit in any of the costumes, so they can have their little soiree group. I'm not coming. So, what's another letter, right?
Yeah.
Isn't it all about inclusion and acceptance? And we have to accept all the little letters and ideas and pronouns. Welcome to the game. You guys have to too. So come on in, furries. The creepy water is fine. Go right in there. Put the F in there, you know. Hey, we have to be all accepting in whatever our personal beliefs are or wants or accountability. It's shame on us, so shame on you guys. Let the furries in. Just get one of those roller things.
Yes. Hard to go to the bathroom, but maybe that's not a problem for
You know what? You just
yeah, maybe it's part of the
you
thrill.
you just wanted to somehow segue this to you want to ask the furry one question.
Yes. How do you
That's
go?
the only question. Do you take the furry off to go to the bathroom or do you leave it on?
Yes.
Kat, you want to?
Kat, you've traveled with some interesting groups. Did you ever date a furry? Come on.
Not that I know of.
See what I mean? Maybe he didn't share it with you.
Maybe not.
Maybe that's why it didn't work out.
That would be fine. I mean, whatever. You know, if like someone in my life was into this, that would be like their business and okay. As long as they like didn't, you know, get so busy with all their little furry friends that they stopped texting me back.
How do you text when you're a furry?
Then we'd have a real problem.
Yeah.
That's why I couldn't do it, actually. You couldn't text me back with your hands like that.
Yeah, I wonder if they have like little holes for their fingers. This is gonna trouble
Did I
me.
just come up with a business idea?
I think you did.
Textable gloves and furry costumes?
Yes.
So that like that way I didn't miss the orgy. I just didn't text you back. I have your answer.
Yes, and I think you can afford that apartment.
No, yeah, hell yeah, I'm gonna be rich.
You know, Emily, remember that we covered this teacher in Ontario who identifies as a woman when in fact they're already mad. And when in fact it's a fetish. She has these giant breasts. It's a fetish. How long before this identity is then, of course, going to be in the workplace because you identify it's a fetish. Obviously, this is a fetish. This isn't an identity. But we're now embracing fetishes as identity.
The problem I see is not that, I agree with you. If it was just a few people doing their own thing, of course, who cares? If it was anyone doing their own thing, of course, who cares? The problem that I see is that this has been embraced by the government. Why the hell do you think China and everyone else is flying in our sovereign airspace on our watch? It's because this...
The furries?
No! Yes!
Yes!
Because things like this are what everyone is talking about. Because this is what is of primary importance. To your point, the causes that people are rallying behind, the protests that they're out in the streets about, it's not actually moving the needle with our government. It's not actually moving the needle with corrupt multi-millions or actually having the value of the dollar be somewhat equatable to a dollar. No, it's stupid stuff like this. And the thing is, the reason it's been embraced by the government as well, it's totally infiltrated all of our intelligence agencies, our defense agencies. All day long, they're sending emails about here's the flag and here's how you can connect and here's how you can support. They're being trained on this woke inclusion, the alphabet soup, every day, all day, on anything but protecting our nation, on anything but civics, on anything but the Constitution. So this type of massive distraction, to me, has had real-world consequences far beyond just a sliver of the population doing something sort of weird or stupid.
I need to give you an award for your ability to link furries to like spy balloons.
100%. I will take it gladly.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.